Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are enjoying the topics those we already completed in this particular chapter, that is oscillations and simple harmonic motion. Fine. So what we decided that for medical entrance exam, let's discuss some good questions. Fine, so that you can revise your entire topic. So here we are back with a new video, and in this video we are going to discuss some good problems from this particular chapter, that is oscillations. Fine. So what exactly my approach is going to be? It's like that, one by one, very systematically and slowly I will explain you the question, and then as per the feedback I received from many students from medical stream, I will try to provide you the step by step solution of each problem. Fine. So any type of calculation involved, I will try my best to incorporate that calculation. So let's start our discussion. Fine. One by one questions, I will explain the questions, accordingly I will keep on explaining the solutions, and for the solution, after explaining the problem, I will use this space. Fine, I will write down and you have to take the look of that solution. So here I am going to start this discussion. This is your first question, a very good question for medical entrance exam point of view. Why I am saying so? Fine. So first try to read the question, then I will tell you why it's important. For a particle executing SHM, simple harmonic motion, the kinetic energy K is given by this particular relation. Fine. The maximum value of potential energy. This question is why important for medical students, reason being the kinetic energy is given in the form of a sinusoidal function, and they are asking about the value of potential energy. As you know that simple harmonic motion itself is represented using a sinusoidal function. So here if we want to find out the maximum value of this function, then for cos or sine it's going to be 1. Fine. So it's important because this question checks your understanding of like whether you have the understanding of that particular function or not. Fine. Because entire this SHM based upon the discussion of one simple harmonic motion equation, that is y is equal to a sine omega t plus phi. That is the basic equation. Fine. So let's try to find out the solution of this question. Just for your understanding, I would like to mention few extra steps. Fine. So in SHM, general equation is y is equal to y naught sine omega t. If you differentiate it once, you will get velocity, and then half mv square will give you the you can say the kinetic energy value. Fine. So simply just to give you a sort of revision, you can say it's y naught omega cos omega t. You know its velocity, first order derivative. So kinetic energy is half mv square. So v is this much. So y naught square omega square cos square omega t. So the same equation we are getting over here, and y naught omega square, I mean that y naught omega whole square, they said it is k naught. Fine. So now I hope the equation is clear to all of you. Now let's start the particular solution of this potential energy. This is something which I mentioned so that you can get a proper understanding of why we are writing kinetic energy in this format. Fine. So maximum value of, as it is mentioned over here, so directly I am taking this value. So maximum value of cos square omega t is equal to 1, as I mentioned. Fine. Now from here you can say this implies that K max. K max means maximum kinetic energy is K naught. Why K naught? Because this is the general expression of kinetic energy. For maximum, only this term is varying. So, the maximum value of this term is 1. Therefore, maximum kinetic energy is K naught. Fine. So, now I hope this is clear to all of you. Then also K max is equal to potential energy, and that too max. Few of you who are not regularly watching our concept videos, our regular lectures, they may find this expression slightly difficult, while it is not like that. Fine, but for all of you I would like to explain 1 or 2 extra steps over here. But for regular students, I mean those are regularly watching our videos, they will simply understand, okay, this is the reason, that is why kinetic energy maximum is also equal to potential energy, which is maximum. So, now at least from this explanation we can say the first option, that is option number 1, is the correct option. Now, for all those slightly confusing aspects for students, what I would like to say that please I am going to explain 2 extra points over here so that you can understand that. Why I am saying that kinetic energy maximum is equal to potential energy maximum. Students, try to recall this graph in which I explain you total energy, then one graph parabolic like this and another graph parabolic like this. Fine. Now, I hope this is clear to all of you, and as a small homework, a small question, my simple suggestion is, what is the name of this white graph and what is the name of this yellow graph? This is something you have to take a look. I explained very properly this concept at that point of time. One is representing potential energy, another is representing kinetic energy. Which one is potential energy term, which one is kinetic energy term? You have to revise. Fine. It's going to be a very simple concept, but just for the sake of revision, I mentioned this aspect. Fine. Now, let us move for the next problem. Again, I hope it's a beautiful problem. Here, my main emphasis is on this mathematical aspect, because entire oscillation or SHM based upon that simple phenomena, but I am trying to use simple steps to explain this mathematics involved over here. Now, in this question, a body mass 1 kg, fine, is executing SHM, simple harmonic motion. Its displacement y in centimeters at time t seconds is given by this relation. Y is equal to y naught. I think I should mention this standard equation over here, then it's going to be easier for you to understand. Y naught sine omega t plus phi. Now, I am going out of the frame. Now, please match it. Amplitude sine omega pi by 4, that is phase difference. Fine. So, now I hope it's quite clear to all of you. Its maximum kinetic energy is how much? Fine. Approach in this problem is slightly broader. Why exactly it is so? Fine. Let me mention few points over here. After comparing given equation to the standard equation, fine, as I mentioned, we can say A is equal to 6 centimeter. A means this amplitude which I mentioned, y naught in general term. Fine. So, A is equal to 6 centimeter. Also, omega is equal to 100 radian per second. Fine. Now, this is 100, this is 6. Here comes a small twist, how to remember the kinetic energy equation. My main objective of picking this question is just to explain that maximum kinetic energy equation to all of you. Fine. So, as a separate explanation, what I want to mention it that just for the sake of the formula, kinetic energy, fine, this is for your reference, kinetic energy maximum is given by half m omega square a square. Okay. This is your formula. Now, students, at least you should try to remember these basic results. Reason being, in medical entrance exam, many questions are directly based upon certain formulae. Fine. And out of 45 questions in general, you have not more than 45 minutes time. So, if you are able to recall these type of basic formulae in examination hall, that will definitely save lot of time from your precious time. That is why I am recommending it. Fine. Because it is anyway not possible for anyone to derive the result then put the values. I will also show you that, but that is not you can say advisable. Okay. Now, here please take a look. Mass m, I think I should mention this formula in a bigger format so that I can compare these results. Let me allow for few seconds to stand over here. Kinetic energy max is equal to half m omega square a square. Okay. Now, I am going out of your view. Here mass m is given as 1 kg, omega we just concluded it is going to be 100 and then a is 6. So, let us try to put the values using this formula at this place. Fine. And that way step by step I will provide you the solution, because after posting many videos we received such type of remarks that sir, for medical entrance exam students, mathematics is a difficult aspect. So, please explain all required steps for the calculation. So, from that day I decided okay, because I am here to support you people only. So, as per your requirement I am just going to explain it. So, let us put the values. I hope that is quite simple aspect. Fine, but just for the sake of mentioning it, half m 1 into 1 into omega square. So, 100 into 100. Okay. So, 100 into 100 into a square. A square is 6. So, 36 directly I think I should put 36. Fine. And that too into 10 to the power minus 4, because it is in centimeter and your entire calculation should be in MKS system. Fine. So, now at least you people should come and support me if I am writing like this. After solving the answer is 18 joule. Fine. Now, this much calculation I hope you people can do. Fine. Just use that value with the 10 to the power minus 4, solve it accordingly, you can get it. So 18 joule, it means correct option is B. Now, if you analyze this question, what exactly required? First thing required in this problem, you should be in a position to compare this standard equation with the given equation, and this is only possible once you have the better practice of writing down these terms. Fine, I hope it's not a very difficult thing. And then these results. Okay, now if anyone is saying like, sir, it's very difficult to remember these results, then for all those brilliant students, you can do one thing. You can say y prime is equal to velocity, so put the value of half mv square over here and then take the value of sine omega t maximum 1, you can get this result. Fine. But once again, I would like to suggest, please don't follow this practice. At least few small results, try to remember them. Now here comes your next question. The kinetic energy of a particle executing SHM is 16 joule. Few of you may think, why the teacher is so much behind kinetic energy, potential energy, total energy? Reason is simple. If you have the conceptual clarity of this topic about kinetic, potential and total energy, it means almost all related concepts are clear to you. Fine, that's why I am emphasizing this aspect. When it is at its mean position, because each term has its own meaning over here. Mean position, then it should come in your mind, what is the meaning of mean position? Okay, during the regular lectures, I even used a simple pendulum. And almost in every lecture, I used to show the entire situation, mean position, maximum displacement using that pendulum. Just because of that reason, so that the picture should be in your mind. Now, at mean position, if the mass of the particle is 0.32 kg, any number, then what is the maximum velocity of the particle? Here, apart from this question, definitely I want to mention something. Fine. What exactly that? I hope the problem is clear to you, and something which I am going to mention, please try to understand. Let's say y is equal to a sine omega t is nothing but your simple harmonic motion equation of a particle. Okay, as such phase difference is nothing. Fine. Y prime is equal to how much? It's a omega cos omega t. Now here I am going to do some sort of makeup of this function for some fancy dress competition. What is that? Sine, I think I should use a different color chalk, that is much better option. Sine square omega t plus cos square omega t is equal to 1. No problem. Now do one thing. If you want to write down something from here, then how you can write down? You can use this formula as cos omega t is equal to under root 1 minus sine square omega t. Simple. And the same type of expressions from last two questions we are using. So just to show you that, I thought it's better to mention this result. Fine. Now maximum velocity means, obviously in velocity this sine cos term will definitely come. Maximum means sine square omega t or cos square omega t should be 1. Fine. So then what will be the maximum velocity of the particle, which is something we have to find out. All the numbers are in front of your eyes. I am going to use this small space to explain all these concepts. Fine. For this maximum velocity. Now, the simple formula is Ke, that is kinetic energy max. Fine. Just some time back I mentioned this formula, half m v max square. After explaining this result using white and yellow color chalk, I hope now if I am directly writing this, no one is going to feel any difficulty. Fine. Now kinetic energy given, okay. So let's put the value as 16 is equal to 1 by 2 into 0.32 max square. Fine. So it's going to be 32, 16 to ja upon 0.32 is equal to V max square. This time I hope you all will feel very comfortable, and then please now at least if I am writing, I hope you will find this explanation very simple, taking root. So V max is nothing but 10 meter per second. Simple. So all related concepts, this side, that side, upside, downside, all everything I explained. My point is not to provide you the solution of the question. My point is to present the question in front of you in such a manner that you should start feeling okay, things are really simple, and also some sort of revision, because if I am just putting the question, simply writing 2, 3, 4 line solution, that is meaningless. Unless and until you are not learning, it's useless. Fine. That's why normally I used to mention all associated concepts. So now it's time to move for the next problem, and the next problem is this one. Please try to understand the problem first. A mass m attached to a spring oscillates every 2 seconds. It means time period is 2 seconds. Fine. If the mass is increased by 2 kg, okay, then time period increases by 1 second. By 1 second means 2 plus 1, new time period is now 3 seconds, not 1 second. Fine. The initial mass is how much? Fine. So what I will do, first I will show you a beautiful diagram. Now few of you may say, in SHM how a diagram is possible? Physics is such a beautiful subject, you can do good paintings in any topic. Fine. So if you are studying physics, definitely you are learning some modern paintings concepts also. So what exactly the situation is? Oh my God, such a beautiful painting. Okay, so this is spring, and let's say this is mass small m. No problem, simple. Let's say it's K1. Okay, it's oscillating. Fine, up down this way. If it's oscillating, so one formula that again I am going to write down directly, because simple suggestion is at least this result, yes, you should remember. Fine. So T is equal to 2 pi under root m by k. That is the basic result we are going to use. Fine. Now after that, what happened? This initial mass you have to find out, and they increase the mass by 2 kg. It means anyhow, let's say a bigger mass added over here. Fine, this way by 2 kg. Fine. It means final mass is how much? M plus 2 kg. And you have to use this result, I mean this basic expression 2 times. Why 2 times? Okay. So when only white color mass was present, basically spring is not changing. So this K1, I mean spring constant, let's make it K, Y to K1. Fine. So this spring constant K is not going to change. Ultimately, in which terms changes will come. One time period will change, another mass will change. Fine. So, when only white color mass is present, I think I should use slightly this space, because right now I don't want to erase out this diagram. I'll have to come back again and again over here. So, T1 is equal to 2 pi m upon k. But in the problem it is given that value of T1 is 2 seconds. Okay, 2 seconds. Let us say this is equation number 1. This is something which I am telling you just to understand. Otherwise, I can finally put the solutions over here, but just to show you what should be the approach, that is why I am using this. Now, again second time what I will write down, T2 is equal to 2 pi under root m prime upon k. Okay, why? Because now T2 is nothing but it is 3. Fine. And what about Mr. M prime? So, M prime is nothing but a well known, my friend, that is m plus 2, equation number 2. So, now these equations are going to be the part of your recording. At any point of time you can take the look. What I am going to do, I am going to use this space to finally solve the problem. Fine. Because now those equations are not required for me. My space is just this much. Okay, and that is why I use that separate space, because this is something which I was intentionally trying to explain you. Now, in this particular situation, you have to find the initial mass. So, do one thing, by 2 divided by 1, 2 divided by 1 or 1 divided by 2, it is up to you, no problem, fine. So, 2 divided by 1 means it is going to be 3 by 2, 2 pi is going to be cancelled, is equal to m plus 2 by m, fine. Let us square both sides. So, it is 9 by 4 is equal to m plus 2 by m. So, this will give you 9m is equal to 4m plus 8. It will give you how much? I think now I should remove this diagram, it is not required, so that we can use this space. It is 5m is equal to 8 and m is equal to 8 by 5 or 1.6 kg. Fine. Let us mark it 8 by 5 or m is equal to 1.6 kg. So, the question was not a difficult one, but yes, I would like to request all of you, please be with me for at least 2-3 these simple paragraphs. One, this equation number 1 and 2 which I created for your understanding, and then I said by dividing equation number 2 by 1, you can say equation number 1 by 2, anything you can do, and then simply solve it by squaring and comparing. We can get the result as initial mass is equal to 1.6 kg. Fine. So, as such this question is not difficult, and also you cannot complain that lot of mathematics is involved, not lot of mathematics. Fine. So, let's get ready for the next problem. And this next problem is again based upon a very simple concept. Now, in this problem, I not picked any type of energy, no kinetic, no potential, no total. Fine, because 3 initial questions completely fulfilled our objective of introducing that concept. Here, the entire discussion is going to move around this beautiful equation. Fine. SHM is represented by x is equal to x naught sin omega t plus cos omega t. Now you definitely get slightly confused. Till now we discussed y is equal to y naught sin omega t plus phi, but this equation is different. Yes, this equation is different because just 1 or 2 steps of basic trigonometry involved over here. Nothing more, nothing less, but simply you can say a basic trigonometry is involved. What exactly that? That I want to first explain you. Please, the amplitude of SHM. So right now you can't say amplitude is 5 root 2. No, why? Why? Just me allow to write down. X is equal to a sin omega t plus phi. Very good, no problem. Phase difference. So here directly you can say amplitude is A. But in this problem the situation is not like that. Here the situation is different. How different? It is saying sin omega t plus cos omega t. Sorry. It means now what to do with this term? It is not phase difference simply. So definitely we have to do something different. And what is that different? Okay, x is equal to a sin omega t plus a cos omega t. Just multiplied. Okay. Now sin a plus b, what is the formula? Formula is sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Fine, that is the basic result, and my intention of putting this question is just so that you can take the look of these type of equations. Fine, here I will write down with the yellow color chalk, I think, using sin a plus b result. Fine, result. Using sin a plus b result. Basically, a b sin a cos b cos a sin b. That is the arrangement of the terms. So, after using this result, if I want to write down the simplified version of this equation, fine. So let me allow to change this term over here just for your understanding. So students, it's 5 root 2 rather than a, rather than omega t, it is it's 2 pi white color t, 2 pi white color t. Fine. So now let's say the name of this beautiful equation is 1. So using this result, if I want to write down the final expression for equation number 1, then I am providing that final result. Okay. So the final result is, I hope now I can use this, I mean directly because I mentioned. So final result is x is equal to 5 root 2 sin 2 pi t plus pi by 2. Now many of you may start thinking what the teacher has mentioned. Use that yellow color formula and this yellow, yellow and this yellow term. Simply solve that using this, you can get this result where phase difference phi is pi by 2. Okay, where phi is equal to pi by 2. Fine. So now I think I should use some other space, or I can use this space also, no problem, because all terms I explained properly. So a max is equal to under root 5 root 2 whole square plus 5 root 2 whole square. After this much explanation, this 5, okay, it's going to be 50, not 5, yes, 50. 5, yes, 2 to the 2 and no, it's fine, it's 5 is correct because the value is given 5 root 2, yes. Okay, so root 2 multiplied, that will give you 2, 5 5s are 25, 25 multiplied by 2 will give you 50, here root 2, 2, 5 5s are 25, multiplied by 2 will give you 50. So, 50 plus 50, okay, 50 plus 50. So, you will get A max, yes, it is not 50 root 2, it is 5 root 2, A max is equal to 100 and then I can say it is 10 centimeters, fine. A max, that is maximum amplitude. Fine. So, this way you can just note it down and understand accordingly. I will come back. So, students, now it was question number 5th. I think now we should move for other questions 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 onwards. Okay. I hope you enjoying these discussions because I am using very simple mathematics over here and that too I am explaining each and every associated term, fine. So, now let us move for the next problem. First again let us try to understand the problem. The mass and dia of a planet are twice those of Earth. Let us imagine we are on the Earth, let us say another planet situated somewhere close to our planet, but the mass and diameter of that planet is double of our Earth. Okay. The period of oscillation of pendulum on this planet is how going to be different. This is something which I am adding because it is a seconds pendulum on Earth. It means seconds pendulum on Earth means time period is 2 seconds, fine. But if it is a mass spring system, please try to understand, if it is a mass spring system, then formula used is, it is T is equal to 2 pi under root m upon k. Use this mass spring system on the surface of the Earth, same result. On the surface of the moon, same result. On the surface of any other planet, same result. Reason being, k is something which is associated with the spring, m is mass, mass is something which is constant. So, spring mass system time period is same everywhere, but in this problem it is a pendulum. Pendulum means that same pendulum which I used during the discussion of regular classes, T is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G. Who is going to create the problem? Mr. Small g is going to create the problem. Reason being, it is acceleration due to gravity and it is different for planet to planet. Why? Because g is equal to gm upon r square. G is what? Universal gravitational constant, 6.67 10 to the power minus 11 units. M is mass. Fine. Mass of what? Mass of the planet, m, capital M, and r is the radius of the planet. Here this capital G is obviously not going to change, but capital M changing, as in the question it is twice, capital R radius changing. So ultimately this small g value on that particular planet is going to be different. So obviously 2 pi and root L is not going to create any impact, but this small g will definitely create the impact. And what is that impact? Fine. So let us try to understand this problem. First I would like to mention few lines. And here I am writing, so you can read it in continuation with the question also. Don't worry, I will move out. In case of pendulum, T is equal to 2 pi under root L upon G and G is equal to Gm upon R square. To make it more clear, let us use E. Okay. So now let me allow to write down a step over here as value of ME and RE is changing on another planet. So T will also change. I hope this much explanation is more than enough for you to understand. Okay. Now allow me to erase out this entire explanation, but before that I would like to read it again. As value of ME and RE is changing on another planet, so T, that is time period, will also change. And how exactly it will change, that I am going to tell you. Okay. But the key for this result is definitely associated with what? That is with small g. And how the small g is changing? So please take a look of this formula, that is G earth is equal to G ME upon RE square, equation number 1. Then G planet is equal to capital G mass of planet upon radius of planet square, equation number 2. Fine. So these two equations. Now take a look of the problem again. Mass and dia twice, it means MP is equal to twice ME and RP is equal to twice RE. Clear? Accordingly, we can get the value or the different value of G and GP. How? Divide 1 by 2, divide 2 by 1, simple. Fine. After putting the values, G earth upon G planet. Fine, directly I can use this capital G is cancelled. So once you solved it, you can say it is 2 by 1. How you can say 2 by 1? Because divide 1 by 2, G earth upon G planet, ME upon twice ME, then RE square upon 4 RE square. So this way if you solve it, you will get it as 2 by 1. Directly just 2 or 3 simple terms I am ignoring, and then directly I am writing like this. Fine. Also, T is directly proportional to 1 over under root g. Just 2 minutes back I explained, no problem. So here you can have to use again T earth upon T planet, fine. So T earth upon T planet is equal to 1 upon root 2. T earth upon T planet is equal to 1 upon root 2, fine. So from here if you use the value of TE, TE is 2 seconds. Why? Because it is given, it is a seconds pendulum. So we can say as the value of TE is 2, so TP is equal to 2 root 2, fine. So let's use this space and let me allow to write down as TE is equal to 2. This implies that TP is equal to 2 root 2, fine. So correct answer is visible, B is the correct answer. This question is very simple question. You can say it incorporates two concepts. One is variation of acceleration due to gravity, planet to planet, and then this simple concept of time period, fine. So now please allow me to clean up this board so that we can move ahead for this discussion. Again, next question. And if at any point of time you find anything difficult, my simple suggestion is please go through these detailed solutions and then you will find yourself in a much comfortable position. But anyway, our purpose is not to provide you the just solutions. No, we want to initiate a process in your mind so that you can start following like revision, fine, thinking of the problem. That is at most important. Let's move ahead. This question number 7. An object of mass 0.2 kg executes SHM, okay, along the x-axis with a frequency of 25 by pi hertz, okay. Along x-axis means this way, fine, along horizontal x-axis. At the position x is equal to 0.04 meter, the object has kinetic energy, let us say K1, fine, value is given, but let us say K1, and potential energy, let us say P1, kinetic potential. What is the amplitude of oscillations? Now, in this question, after 4 questions, what I did? I simply incorporated the concept of kinetic and potential energy both. Try to recall. In the same discussion, question number 2 or 3, 1, 2, 3, what I mentioned? Kinetic energy max half m omega square a square. Accordingly, potential energy max and omega is what? 2 pi f. So you can say, okay, those two concepts correlated over here, fine. So the amplitude of oscillation is how much? That we have to find out, okay. So as you know, in this problem, m is equal to 0.2 kg. M is equal to 0.2 kg. It is given in this problem, fine. And then this nu is equal to 25 by pi, okay. Nu is equal to 25 by pi hertz. And x is equal to 0.04. Now, why I am doing this? See, during the solution of the problem, you should mention this way given numbers. Why? Let us say I am applying a formula, say for example, k is equal to x square y square upon p square t square, something like that, fine, in physics. So when I will mention the values, let us say x is given, let us say p is given, let us say t is given. So after writing the values like this, I will put the values, then it is going to be clear in our mind, okay, this is something which we have to find out, fine. Either you can read it from here, but sometimes it's quite good to mention the values like this. Fine. And kinetic and potential energy is also given. Fine. Now what I am going to write down directly, 0.9 is equal to half m omega square a square. Who is with me from last around 35-40 minutes, he will say yes, kinetic energy is equal to half m omega square a square. We started question 1, 2, 3 like that. So directly I mentioned, and over here what I did, I use 0.5 plus 0.4 means total energy. So it's going to be half m omega square a square. Fine. Now we can put the values over here because I devoted good amount of time in this particular question. So as such, I am not going to devote any more time or any further explanation which is not required over here. So what I will say that amplitude, directly I am writing amplitude is A is equal to 3 by 50 is equal to 0.06 meter. Because I explained this formula each and every term, I think I should mention at least this thing, where omega is equal to 2 pi nu. I am sure you know this, but just for the mentioning I mentioned this because we discussed this formula in this particular video itself. So now I am not going into that detail, I am directly writing the values of the amplitude, that is 0.06 meter. Fine. Then students, here it's the time for the next beautiful question to understand, and I hope this question which is now about to come in your screen definitely force you to think slightly differently. Okay, what exactly that? Please don't worry, let's with me. A particle of mass m is executing oscillations, fine, about the origin on the x-axis in this fashion, fine. Its potential energy is given by a slightly different mathematical expression, Vx, that is along the x-axis, is equal to k mod of x cube. Mod means no need to consider the negative term, where k is a positive constant because it is outside of the mod. So that's why it is important to mention it. If the amplitude of oscillation is a, small a, capital A, doesn't matter, then its time period t is how much? So you have to find the time period in terms of amplitude. Okay, I know many of you will find this question slightly difficult. My simple request, be with me, allow me to explain it. Okay, let's try to elaborate one by one. Fine. And then what I will do after mentioning the solution at this space, I will re-explain the problem with the explanation of the steps. Fine. Vx is equal to kx mod cube. This is the potential energy term which is given in this fashion. Now F is equal to this formula which I am going to mention. I am sure you studied at least in your gravitational chapter. Fine. So F, otherwise it is a general result. So F is equal to dVx by dx. Fine. So use this Vx, that is kx cube d by dx. I think I should put this value, that is d by dx of this entire term k mod of x. No problem, simple representation. So F is equal to F is equal to 3, then k, this constant 3kx square. So f is equal to 3kx square and it's equal to nothing but m omega square x. How? Yes. Now this equation obviously revise. Very simple thing you have to revise. If you are unable to recall it, at least you have to go through with our video lectures. Fine. So 3kx square is equal to m omega square. If x is equal to a, okay, maximum amplitude, obviously maximum means if along x axis it is going, so maximum means along x axis a amplitude. So that is why I am saying if x is equal to a, then 3k is equal to m omega square. Fine. So I think I should give it a name. Fine. And then let me allow to write down, if x is equal to a, then from 1 what I will get? From 1 3k is equal to m omega square. Please be with me. We calculated the force by first order differentiation 3kx square because x was in cube, and that we said m omega square x. Fine. And I mentioned over here you have to revise it. I think I should give you a hint. No. Then I am saying if x is equal to a, maximum amplitude, then from equation number 1 this is going to be 3k is equal to m omega square. Now students, it means what? 3 is constant, k is constant, m is constant. So this omega is basically doing something for whom? 3 constant, k constant, m constant. Who is in the picture? So in the picture it is no one but a. This implies that you can say omega square is directly proportional to a. Now this problem is slightly different from this approach. Reason being, and that is why I mentioned 3 changing, 3, k is constant given in the problem, mass of the given in the problem. So ultimately x cancel, basically it is going to give you 3kx is equal to m omega square x. So here you have to put the value of a, you will get 3ka is equal to m omega square. That step I escaped, and then I am saying omega square is directly proportional to a. It means 2 pi upon t whole square. No problem, simple. 2 pi upon t whole square is directly proportional to a. Fine. It means what? About this t and a, you can find the result as given over here. Fine. So what will be the result? You can find out. It is going to be proportional 1 upon root a. How? Okay. So root 2 pi, it will be 2 pi upon t is equal to a whole to the power 1 by 2, not is equal to proportional to. So from here 2 pi constant term t and a, t is simple. So the problem is not difficult. Certain terms associated in such a fashion that you have to think about those terms. That's the simple explanation of this problem. Fine. Let's move ahead for next problem. And these problems again I am trying to force you so that you can start thinking. Fine. Let's come on to this problem. A particle executes SHM, simple harmonic motion, between x is equal to minus a and x is equal to plus a. There is an opportunity for me to draw a beautiful painting, so I am unable to control myself. That's why I am going to draw this beautiful painting. Okay, it is plus a, it is minus a, and this is your x axis. Fine. Let's say it is origin point. Fine. The time taken for it to go from 0 to a by 2 is t1, and to go from a by 2 to a is t2. Okay, no problem. So, a by 2, this entire distance is a, fine, positive. So, a by 2, one aspect, and from here to here remaining half distance. So, this time is t1, this time is t2, fine. This is t1, this is t2. Then what exactly the relation between 1 and 2? Now forget this problem, just imagine that simple pendulum is in my hand. Fine, the same simple pendulum with the help of which I mesmerized you all during the discussion of my regular shorts. Okay, let's start it. Right now, let's say it is in this position. Remove, your hand. It will start oscillating. When it will reach to the half value of this distance, do you think it will take the same time for this first half and second half? No, not at all. Fine. So, this C that is going to catch your eyes, please ignore it. This is just to create a problem for you. We have to find out T1, T2 relation. These equal to terms are meaningless for us. So, what exactly the approach? With the help of this diagram, I would like to tell you a few sentences. T1 is equal to T by 12 and T2 is equal to T by 6. So, you can simply say that T2 is greater than T1. I am sure many of you will say, what's this? Simple one yellow color line, then two red color T1, T2, and then this T1 is equal to T by 4, T by 6. What does it mean? Okay. You don't love paintings, you don't like art, no problem. I know you are very brilliant students and you love physics and lot of mathematics. So, let's do that way. Now, please try to understand in this fashion. Y is equal to A sine 2 pi t into t. Simple makeup, that's it. Okay. Now, just take a look over here. When y is equal to a by 2, this small t is t1. Imagine. When y is equal to a, this small t is t2. Now, please allow me to write down the equation. A by 2 is equal to a, and then this term sine whatever. A is equal to a, then this term sine. Equation number 1, equation number 2. Basic mathematics, solve it. A cancelled, sine this much, sine 1 by 2, sine 1 by 2 means sine pi by 6, solve it, you will get t by 12. Then over here 1 means pi by 2, because sine 90 is equal to 1, pi by 2, and then solve it, you will get t by 6. So, either of the way, if you love art, you can do that painting. If you love mathematics, you can use these steps. Choice is yours. I presented all possible cases in front of your eyes. Okay. Then a next question obviously is bound to come in front of your screen, and here comes this question. Question number 10. The mass m, I thought it's better to place this diagram rather than to create using my free hand. Beautiful diagram. In the figure oscillates in SHM with amplitude A. The amplitude of the point P is how much? Actually, in the problem, original problem I picked from somewhere, it was something associated with mass amplitude. I thought let's make it slightly different. So that's why I use this point. I hope the diagram is clear, and from this clear diagram one thing is crystal clear to all of you, that spring K1, K2, I mean spring 1, spring 2 are connected in series. So first what we have to do? We have to find the resultant force constant. Okay. During the discussion of this topic, I mean series parallel combination of springs in regular shoots, I explained you that this combination is similar to the combination of resistors in reverse fashion. Series combination of springs means parallel combination of resistors, and parallel combination of springs means series combination of resistors. So this is something which is just for you to you can say visualize the concept, fine, because resistance concept is almost I mean crystal clear in each and every student's mind. So if I am saying both these springs are connected in series, so a resultant spring constant, fine. So now we are trying to find out the resultant series constant, that is both springs are in series, fine. So K1 x1 is equal to K2 x2, sorry, equation number 1, fine. Now what is the meaning of x1 x2? Okay, let's imagine I am pushing the mass inside. So the displacement, I mean compression in each spring is not going to be same. If this spring compressed like say for distance x mm, obviously this is not going to be compressed by the same amount. So when we compress it or when we pull it, the extension or compressions in both the springs is not same. Let me write down this. Compression or expansion in both springs is not same, fine. Reason is clear. That's why I mentioned this formula. It means x is equal to net x. X is equal to A, which is nothing but x1 plus x2, equation number 2, fine. Now x1 is equal to K2x, using this equation number 1 with 2, x1 is equal to K2x upon K1 plus K2, simple arrangement of terms, nothing else. And similarly x2 is equal to K1x upon K1 plus K2, and let us use yellow color. X2 is equal to k1x upon k1 plus k2. Fine. So now after getting the proper understanding of these two terms, x1 is equal to this much, x2 is equal to this much, the amplitude of point P is how much? So the amplitude of point P is, I think I should use this space. Amplitude, I'll don't worry, I'll move out after writing, then you can compare. Amplitude of point P is k2a upon k1 plus k2. Now I am going out of your view, you can compare. Fine. k2a upon k1 plus k2. So now as such you can say this problem is not difficult, but here I simply tried to incorporate the concept of series parallel combination of springs. Here one more possibility. What is that possibility? Let me give you the brief idea of that possibility. The possibility is, let's say, remove this spring from here, attach the spring over here and then attach the mass. That is one possibility. Another possibility, cut this spring from this place, attach the mass over here, attach this spring over here and then one more wall over here. So these type of different combinations are possible. My simple suggestion is, because there is a limited time, so I cannot discuss each and every type of problem, we have to discuss something innovative type of problems. Fine. So what exactly I am trying to suggest you, you should try to pick up questions associated with this concept where there is a different combination of springs is possible, so that it may enhance your understanding of these problems. Fine. So therefore students, this entire discussion from last more than 1 hour or so, definitely it was more than 1 hour, associated with the simple harmonic motion or oscillations, in which we try to discuss various type of problems to give you different understanding of these concepts. Fine. Therefore I would like to suggest we should stop at this place. Fine. Very soon again I will come back with more beautiful set of questions for you to give you much better understanding of this concept. This topic is very important for your entrance exam. Okay, so don't take it lightly. With this note, my simple suggestion, keep revising, keep enjoying, take care of yourself. Have a nice time.